Stitch Cutie, I'm Brittany with Stitches of Love Quilting, and in this video I'm going to show you how to prepare your applique pieces for doing the buttonhole stitch on your sewing machine. Alright, so I'm going to set our sample aside and we're going to talk about our applique pieces. So if you're a member of the club where you get a kit, you're going to have these nice pre-fused, pre-cut applique pieces. They're held together with light colors with just a quick little like 1/4 inch snip that you need to do to separate them. And we do this so that you can make sure you don't ever lose your pieces. Because, you know, you'd like to think you open your kit and make it right away, but maybe you're busy and you don't make it always right away. You'll also notice in this month's kit, or if you're doing the PDF pattern, you'll cut 2 cute little flowers out of felt. That's really fun. And another thing that's fun about this month is that the bunny is actually made of linen. It's a linen and cotton blend from Riley Blake. I believe it's 55% linen and 45% cotton. I might have those ratios backwards. But it gives a nice little texture to your bunny. We didn't want to use a print on the bunny because the background fabric that we chose, you know, is really fun and floral. And having a print on the bunny was just a little distracting, but we still wanted some texture and depth. So, hence the linen, which I think works really well, and I hope you all enjoy it. And a little snip here. So we're just getting our pieces ready. Everything is pre-fused with Heat and Bond Light. If you're making your pieces at home, you can use your fusible of choice. We like Heat and Bond Light because it's nice and light. It doesn't add bulk to your applique pieces, but it sticks nicely. And we've never had any kind of problems with it. It's fantastic. There are, of course, a ton of options for fusible, and you might have one that you really love. And so definitely use the one that makes you the happiest. All right. Now you'll notice I have a little jar. I like to keep all my pieces in a jar so that I don't lose them. And then there's also buttons this month, so you'll want to make sure you keep those in a safe place. So what we're going to do first is make our applique units. So we're going to make our bunny in a few different ways. We're going to create a few different units, if you will. So we're going to do one unit that's his little body down here. We'll go and do one unit that is the ears and the face. And then we'll do one unit of the carrot and her hand. So let's start down here with 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you like, you can number your pieces. Let me show you. If this makes you more comfortable, definitely do it. But you'll lay your pieces in the spot where they go, and you can just, with a pen or any kind of writing utensil, just number them. 1, 2, and let's see, here's the ears. So this is number 5. And then we have, oh, I think I might have put those backwards. No, I didn't. What is this? Oh, you guys, I'm crazy. I'm putting it upside down. Don't mind me. I'm having a moment where I don't make any sense. This is number 7. Gosh, it's like I'm in kindergarten. I can't tell shapes. That's not good. So here's number 6. And then number 8. So you can go on and number all of them if you'd like. I'll go on and do it in the video just to show you. And here's the 2 cheeks, 16, 17. And then the leaf is 15. We have the face, which is 14. The hand is 13. And then the carrot is number 12. Some pieces are really easy to identify. You don't have to really put them down anywhere. So this is number 3. And then this guy is number 4. And so I know these 1 through 4 are going to be a unit, so I'm going to keep them together. And then let's see, we have number 10, number 9. So I'm going to sit these with the carrot in the hand, because I know that I'm going to do numbers 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 as a unit. And then the nose is 18. I know that that's going to go with my face pieces. Okay, so let's start with our first unit. Again, I'm going to kind of keep things organized in my jar. I like to just sort of stack everything in the order I know it's going to be. And I'll set that aside. So we have pieces 1 through 4. I'm going to put my placement guide underneath. And I'm using a Fusimat. This is the 12 by 12 Fusimat. Now you can use your light pad as well if you'd like. I am using, I'm ironing on top of my Steady Betty. Alrighty, so now we're gonna put down piece number 1, and you'll just put it right where it goes. Now what I love about the Fusimat is that it sort of has like a tacky texture. It's not like Teflon like some applique pressing sheets, which are still great, but in this case, I'm gonna not have to iron until I have all these pieces laid out. And then piece number 3, well, I say that and then I move my piece. There we go, just get that back in. And line that up right here. There we go. So now I can just gently tap. There we go. And then number 4. And we'll put that right here. Now where you really want to make sure you are ironing is where the pieces are overlapped. So I've created 1 unit. And now I'm going to move over a little bit and let's make the little bunny face. So we're going to have pieces 5, 6, 7, and 8 first. So let's grab those. So we have piece number 5. And you just simply bend the fabric down and it releases that white paper. So we'll get this right in place. And then number 6. And we'll get that right here. And I'm not using my light pad, so I just want to make sure that I have my piece approximately in the right spot. And then number 7. Right in here. And number 8. And so now after I place this piece down, we're going to tap these together. All right. So just for a second, you just place it straight down. You don't drag your iron or anything. Now the next piece that we're going to do, because that was 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, technically the next number would be to go on and make the carrot, but we're building this in units. So I'm going to go on and build her little face. So I'm going to lay the face down in place. And you just want to turn it till you know you've got it the right direction. There we go. So I'm going to tap right here where it overlaps. And then the next piece we'll place down will be the little leaf on her head. So get my pieces right here and ready. So we're going to put our leaf right in place. Again, we'll tap that. And you'll notice that the flower is felt, so we don't put Fusible on that. That actually is dimensional, so we don't have to worry about ironing that down. That'll be sewn on with the button. Now we have the 2 cheeks we're gonna put down. And, oops, I have my needles and my thread on the side and I just got it caught on my Fusimat. Look at that. That wasn't my smartest move, was it? Ooh, it's real sticky. There we go. So keep that in place. You're gonna approximately guess where your cheeks go. So I'm gonna lay them out and make sure I like where they are before I put it down. Again, you could be using your light box and you'd be able to see right through this. But sometimes I think when I'm using my light box, it gives such a weird shadow on the camera. And then her little nose. Oh my gosh, how cute is she? Isn't she just adorable? So sweet. All right, so her face is ironed on. Now let's come over here and make our carrot unit. So I'm just gonna come over here where I have enough space. So we're gonna lay these down in order 9, 10, and then 11. So first piece is 9. And then we have 10. Oop, this way. There we go. And 11. So you can see this really is a quick process. And just lay that. I hit that. I'll tap these down so I don't see, just for a second. Then I can get this right in place. Iron that. Now we'll put our carrot. This is such a fun fabric to me. It's an orange grunge. I really like it. There we go. And you'll line up all your squiggle lines. And you're gonna tap right here where it overlaps. You no need to iron down here because there's nothing that it's overlapping. And her little hand right there. Perfect. So now we have all of our pieces assembled into units, right? We just have our little felt flower. One's for the back and one's for the front. So now we're going to take this off. You just gently peel it right up. Isn't that magic? I love it. I'm gonna set it aside for a minute. And the carrot. You wanna wait till it's cooled off just a smidge because you don't wanna burn your fingers, right? There we go. See, you have these perfect units. So now we're gonna put our fabric down. And in this case, I am gonna go to have my light pad on because I wanna be able to see through. So everybody, here comes the glow. All right, so let's talk about our fabrics. For the background, it's this really cute print. I know it's a Riley Blake. I just can't remember who the designer is. Might be Lori Holt, I'm not sure. And then we're just gonna come down here and make sure we have our pieces in place. And you can just kind of guess if you have a hard time seeing through. And then the next piece we'll put down will be the face. And let me just make sure I have, yep. You can just kind of lift and make sure you're right in your spot. So we're ready to put in our carrot. So you don't want to iron yet because see this carrot slips under the face. Let me get that right there. So I'm just gonna hold this and put my carrot right in place. So again, I'll just lift. There we go, and make sure everything is in its spot and goes just a little, there we go. So now I have everything in place, and where it overlaps the most is where I'll start. But do you see how much easier that is to just work with a few pieces on your fabric? See, and then you can go back to pressing over your Steady Buddy because I just tacked that down where it went. So now we'll tack down the rest of it. So the benefit of making applique units is if you make a mistake in the applique unit, it's not on your final project, you have time to fix it. So see, isn't that so easy? So now let's put our little accent lines on. So for this, we can use the light pad again. We don't need our Fusible Batting anymore. We will use our Steady Buddy one more time in a second, but not just yet. So get this lined up. And now you would take your Pigma pen, which I seem to have walked away. Where's my Pigma pen? I just had it, you guys. Here it is. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. So you can trace your accent line. See, so we have her little cheeks. So you will just go where they go. So we have one right here, one that goes right here, and one there. Now I'm not making my line very dark because I am going to stitch over it, right? And then we have a cheek right here, or I'm sorry, a little whisker. Then we have one right there and the other one right here. And then she has her cute little mouth. There we go. And then the other place where we have accent lines is over here on our carrot. So I just want to get that back in place. And we will trace those lines coming out of the carrot. And you can always freehand these lines too if you want. And there's one final one right down here. There we go. So let's turn our light pad off so you can see again. So see, I have my lines. Now see right here, I kind of goofed my line a little bit. I can just make my stitches thicker there. I can just go over it twice if I need to. So now you're ready to start sewing. Before you sew, you can fuse your fusible batting. And the reason you do this is because when you're doing your buttonhole stitch, it's going to be giving dimension to your project. So you can see that there's all the nice dimension from when you're doing your buttonhole stitch, and you don't really have to go back and do any additional quilting, right? So that's nice. So just make sure that you have your fusible side of your batting up. The fusible side kind of has like a webbed texture. It's like not rough, but it's got a texture. And then the other side is soft like regular batting. So you're just gonna put this on and fuse it to your fusible batting. There we go, and you're ready to sew. Now when we do our stitching, we do a 30 weight sulky thread in our needle with a size 90 needle in the machine. We don't have to do any adjustments for tension, and we do a 50 weight sulky thread, a cotton, for both in the bobbin. So once you've done all your buttonhole stitching, don't forget to do your accent lines. Then you can come back and put your buttons on, and when you do that, you will secure one felt flower right here. And then for the back this month, what we've done with your second felt flower, if you get the kit, you'll have enough fabric to choose if you want to have the plaid that's the same as the binding for your back, or you'll have enough fabric to do this for the front and back. So in the sample, Mom used that fabric for the front and back. For mine, I want to use the checks for the back. And what you would do to put your flower in place on the back is simply use a ruler, and I like to go about 2 inches up by 2 inches, like right around in here. Or actually on this you could go maybe 1 3/4 and center it there. So let's say 1 3/4 up, 1 3/4 over, and you'll just simply attach the one pink button right here. So you'll have a dimensional flower on the back of your mug rug this month, which will be super cute. Then once everything's stitched on the front and the back, you'll sandwich them together and do your binding. And we have great video tutorials for showing you how to have perfect binding. Obviously you would trim your mug rug down to the appropriate size, and it shows you on your pattern, your trim line, 7.5 by 5.5 inches. But we have videos with Mom/Julie. She's my mom, Julie to all of you. How she does absolutely perfect, like where did her binding even start and stop on this one? Right here. Oh, I didn't even see it. So she shows you how to do absolutely perfect binding. You have great mitered corners, wonderful seam, and then it looks great on the back as well. So I hope that this tutorial helped you get all of your pieces in place. Again, if you ever have any questions, reach out or comment on the video and we're happy to help. Happy stitching!